A food desert is an area where a supermarket is more than a quarter-mile away. Median household income is at or below 185% of the federal poverty level. More than 40% of households don't have cars, and healthy food options are not easy to come by.
According to the U.S. Department of Agriculture, more than 23 million Americans, including 6.5 million children, live in low-income urban and rural neighborhoods and do not have access to fresh, healthy, and affordable food. The majority of Baltimore City can be found within a food desert. In Baltimore today, we have a population of over 600,000, with 1,000 carry-out and corner stores around the city. Public awareness of food deserts is growing, thanks to efforts of community activists, entrepreneurs, and government officials committed to increasing people's access to healthy food options. One example of this is Dr. Bronstein's work with the People's Garden.
I'll just give you a little bit of history. In 2010, I worked with a woman by the name of Juanita Brown Ewell from the Cherry Hill community of Baltimore, and she was a resident in the community and wanted to bring healthy food to her neighborhood and her community. And from that, we applied to grants to Constellation Energy and the Baltimore Community Foundation, which got things implemented and started with some smaller $5,000 grants. Then we applied in the summer of 2011 and applied to a grant to the USDA called the People's Garden Grant, and the grant was to establish school gardens and community gardens and do nutrition education, really help strengthen the community's involvement and interest in nutrition. There's a Farm Alliance of Baltimore, which is an organization of small urban farmers in the city, and we all come together and under the brand of the Farm Alliance and sell food at the Waverly Farmers Market. And there's just supports and sharing tools and using equipment such as machines for the EBT so that people can use their SNAP and food stamp benefits at the farms all around the city. So it's been a really great, wonderful collaboration with people around the city. When we think of the Cherry Hill community, which is the one I'm most familiar with, but I am familiar with some of the statistics from around the city, the neighborhood of Cherry Hill has some of the highest health, some of the worst health outcomes in the city in terms of HIV, drugs, unemployment. There's high rates of infant mortality and heart disease and smoking and diabetes. And so what happens is that, the poverty is one thing, and then you layer on top of that geographic isolation. You layer on top of that, there's not been a stable grocery store in the neighborhood for many years. And then if there's not much industry in the community, there are no jobs, and it becomes very, very challenging for the people who live there to stay as healthy as I know some of the people would like to be.
Whether you are a student, advocate, or concerned citizen, there are many opportunities in our everyday lives that can support and encourage the creation of healthy and equitable food systems for our communities. We hope you will find inspiration to take action and support outreach programs such as the Food Alliance and Desert Farm Initiative that work towards a more livable and sustainable future.